Hello folks, and welcome to Interstellar Pilot 2. Today I'm going to prove that Overlords are better than Magnuses, at least for combat, because that's, in my opinion, if you're buying ships this big, that's the purpose of it. Alright, so this is the build. One team of 12 Magnuses, one team of 12 Overlords, and then me as a Thunderer X so that I can just hide and not affect the matches at all. I'm hoping to do like 10 rounds just to see what the aftermath of each one is, and I'll see you guys with the results. So I just click the cloak button immediately, and if you sit in one spot, they will go to where they saw you last, so you do have to walk, kind of, I was gonna say walk away, but you have to cloak away, I guess. You can see this guy was gonna chase me down. Alright, now I go into 16 speed. This part's not very exciting. It just looks like there's a bunch of little red ants on my screen right now. Looks like the Magnuses won. Alright, so on the first one, the Magnuses won. That's very interesting. This time, the Overlords won. So, it's 1-1. Looks like the Magnuses won again. So, that's 2-1. Magnuses are pulling out a lot better than I thought they would. Looks like the Overlord's the one this time, so it's 2-2. Looks like Magnus is one. Why is this so close? I really thought that the Overlords were way better. I remember in the first game, Interstellar Pilot 1, like the Magnuses would lose like 80% of the time, but so far it's like a 50-50. Although I'd still say that the Overlords are better in that scenario since the Overlords are significantly cheaper than Magnuses. Alright. Keeping it even, the Overlords won this time, so it is 3-3. It is literally every other match. The Magnuses won this time. Well, the trend breaks, and the Magnuses won again. Looks like the Overlords won, so that makes it 4-5. So if the Overlords can win another one, then they're exactly even. Alright, well, it's a tie, 5-5. The Overlords won again. So in a 12v12, the Overlords and the Magnuses are tied, but Overlords again are cheaper. But there's not too many scenarios in which you're going to see 12 of either of these ships in game, especially not fighting each other. So I want to see, since we've done 10 battles with the 12v12s, what about scaling it down to 1v1s? Which ship wins in the much more likely scenario of one of these ships fighting another one of these ships? Alright, in the first 1v1, the Magnus won. Alright, so currently, out of these 1v1s, the Magnus has won both times so far. Well, let's see if the Overlord can pull it back. A third time in a row, the Magnus wins. The Magnus won again. So that's 4-0 on the 1v1s. The Magnus wins again, so that's 5-0 on solo. Alright, finally, a win for the Overlord. The Overlord wins again. Looks like right now both of them are in a standoff situation where neither of them can really shoot at the other. Like their weapons are super damaged or something. This might be our first tie. Although I'm going to let it run a little farther and see if they can do any damage to each other. Looks like they're doing damage to each other. I'm seeing shields broken, so that's a good news. It might be that they both have broken energy generators, so they're probably just taking forever to shoot at each other. Oh man, it took them forever, but the Magnus did win, which means the Overlord will lose more battles, guaranteed, to the Magnus in the 1v1s, because it's a 6-2 win ratio right now. Well, by far this time, the Overlord was the winner. You can see they're not even like damaged. Yep, full health points. Didn't even get damaged, that's how well he did. So that brings the Overlords to 3-6. 6 would be them losing. Looks like the Magnus won. So it is now 7 Magnus wins to 3 Overlord wins. So in this 1v1 test, the Magnus wins 70% of the time. which is kind of, I mean, it's a good thing, but at the same time, it's disappointing for me because, like, the first game, the Overlords were definitely the better option. But it does mean that the Magnus is viable. Well, folks, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.